In this video, I'll expose the hidden weaknesses that women tend to conceal out of concern that they might appear weak, but by recognizing these flaws, you might obtain a surprising edge in gaining their favor. Let's focus on the steadfast women are attracted to males whose behavior is consistent with their statements. The unwavering man fascinated by those who don't talk much, and this is why it's simpler to deliver on women like deeds over words, so make sure you consistently follow through on your commitments. Support your statements. For instance, if you wish to come across as a high introducer to your female value man and allow your actions speak for you. Friends use social media to exchange pictures with them, allowing for subtle communication. The second weakness is your social standing and desirability. The self-assured man, the self-confident man. Women find confidence to be quite beautiful, and they are drawn to guys who radiate confidence because it contrasts with their personal fears to convey assurance. Avoid using filler words with conviction and pay more attention than you speak. This isn't just helps her feel heard, while simultaneously introducing a sense of mystery that makes her want to. More engagement shows that you're not a pushover, so don't be scared to say no. The man of ambition, which makes her respect and interest in you grow. She stays until the very end of the video. Since the final, I'll give you a flaw that you may use to your advantage to get her to approach you with little effort. The unidentified bad boy 3. Women are strongly drawn to males who are ambitious. Individuals with ambition are individuals who don't accept mediocrity. An ambitious man, regardless of taking up a new project or launching a business, demonstrates initiative and leadership. Extremely attractive traits. Weakness 4. The mysterious bad. There's no denying that women are drawn to the enigmatic bad boy, cannot help but be pulled to the emotional peaks and valleys these men produce, which can cause them to become fixated on embody this persona by taking charge of the situation and acting rather selfishly. Connection and remaining unclear about your goals. Even while I don't entirely advise embracing the bad guy lifestyle, by combining some of these characteristics, the fifth weakness is that you might become more interesting and appealing by being unpredictable and delaying commitments. Ignored women enjoy being the center of attention and are frequently drawn to being disregarded. Competition. You stand out and threaten her pride when you disregard her. She questions why she isn't receiving the same level of attention from you as others. Your advantage is to treat her like you would anybody else. Be casual with her and keep a detached attitude while you're separated, as this will force her to strive for your attention, which can enhance her interest in you by addressing her vulnerability. 6. Her charisma. Charming womanizer. Women who are womanizers are frequently drawn to guys who are liked by others. Pre-election is a phenomenon that women use to capitalize on this environment, even if there isn't any romantic attraction with female pals. This makes you appear more desirable in her eyes, thus it's important to demonstrate that you are attractive to other ladies, which will inevitably increase your standing in their eyes. According to a Brazilian study, women are especially sensitive to the man who was well sent aroma, increasing the likelihood that they may be attracted to males who smell nice. To take advantage of this by being mindful of your grooming regimen and wearing a pleasant-smelling, use a mild yet durable shampoo to keep your breath fresh. A well-scented man who wears cologne exhibits traits of care and attention to detail. That the masculine is a frailty that women find extremely attractive. Women are attracted to males who radiate masculinity, which is frequently characterized by the man who is masculine. These men naturally possess power, a deep voice, and emotional independence. Leaders who embody this without seeking approval from others participate in engaging in physical activities, fosters leadership qualities, and keeps you. This combination of independence conveys a sense of stability and strength, characteristics that women find very attractive in a passionate man. The enthusiastic man. The passionate man enthralls women with his unwavering devotion to his passion, in contrast to the stoic manly man. He is really appealing to harness this dive because of his contagious zeal. Pay attention to her as she dives deeply into a topic or issue that interests you and discusses it with sincere enthusiasm. When you talk passionately about something you care about, pay attention to her reactions and modify your style to keep her interested. About it fosters a deep emotional bond and admiration. Weakness 10. The women that possess emotional intelligence are inherently emotional, and the man with emotional intelligence. Emotionally intelligent males have an advantage over those who are not emotionally savvy, because they are able to establish a deeper, more genuine connection with women in order to. This quality involves paying close attention, observing her body language, and providing assistance. Making amazing memories with one another without constantly attempting to correct issues also makes you more dependable for her emotional support, which deepens your relationship. Assist you in becoming extremely gorgeous with little work, and become a part of our group of men who comprehend. And, if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel to take advantage of female psychology. The qualities that make a man appealing. Reach this point, you're already one of us. Please share your comments about this video. Leave a comment below, and be sure to see our upcoming video on how to tell whether a lady is interested in you. What makes a man appealing, according to a master of female psychology? You've been informed that what you're doing now isn't how to attract women, but you still want to win her heart, so forget that. Need to change the relationship such that if you're after her, she wants you and not the other way around. You need to think of yourself as a magnet, because she will never really come to you. That attracts women by nature, and this is the only method to make any lady, regardless of how do you make her fall in love with you. That's precisely what we're going to do. Cover in this video. Greetings from our series on attracting. In this episode, we'll delve deeply into a woman's thoughts to discover what ways to draw women in. She truly believes that one important factor holds the secret to her success in eating. Concept attraction, knowing how attraction operates, is crucial without. With this understanding, you won't make it far in the dating world because women they react according to their feelings, which are frequently motivated by emotions rather than reason. A circumstance or an individual arouses in them, so they don't consciously control the people they are drawn to. It's a subconscious reaction to specific actions males take. You can't attract a woman by enumerating your. Instead, you should exemplify the best qualities in a PowerPoint presentation. These traits in your personality and behavior naturally. But let's first establish two things before getting into the specifics. Important points. Women have little control over who they are attracted to, whom attraction functions on a subconscious level that goes beyond their conscious control. Therefore, let's examine the types of guys that women naturally gravitate toward. Attracted to a man that they can't readily have. The man they find difficult to have. Consider yourself casually perusing the racks of a store when you notice a sleek, modern TV that you didn't intend to purchase anything, but you inquired about it out of curiosity, and the salesman said he was sorry. This is the final one, and all of a sudden, the TV that you were just a passing interest turns into the world's coolest gadget when the salesman calls to say they discovered another in the warehouse, but it's a little more expensive, so you want it right away. What transpired was that TV became a need since it seemed the attraction of unreachable women to men functions similarly to how the men they cannot just become, like those limited edition things that simply must be unavailable. enhances a man's worth and attractiveness, making him that uncommon and limited. When it comes to dating, the ultimate guy is undoubtedly a win-to-taker. The man who was taken. It's interesting to note that if a man is married or in a relationship, although it may seem contradictory, attractiveness frequently soars. Humorous game where the prize becomes more tempting, the more unachievable it is. When someone else claims a man, his desirability index goes through the everyone wants it the person, like the last piece of pizza. The man that other women want, who is desired by other ladies. Picture yourself strolling along there is nothing particularly noteworthy about the box itself when you see people gathered around it on the street. Yet the fact that everyone is focused on it piques your interest, and you begin to wonder what makes it so fascinating. Similarly, when a man is surrounded by women, he inherently turns into more appealing to others. It's as if he's been given more attention, making other women are intrigued and begin to wonder what makes this guy so unique. All of these women are intrigued, and their curiosity draws in additional women like a strong magnet. Essentially, being popular with women increases your popularity with him. Women, the unpredictable male, is the ultimate crowd puller. The unpredictable man, being surprising, can generate interest, because predictability can result in boredom. When it comes to attractiveness, most guys approach women in a very direct manner and consistent way, showing their objectives through their sleeves. This openness can frequently cause women to get disinterested, since they are able to assess situations rapidly. Particularly gorgeous women are accustomed to typical men approaching them in predictable ways, but when a man is, for example, it is unpredictable, deviates from the norm, and captures their interest. Imagine speaking to a stunning woman and saying something surprising in place of the customary compliments. "I think you're someone I love, but I'm not sure if we'd get along." This unexpected revelation throws her off balance and makes her feel agitated. She might be interested, but wait, he's implying that I can't handle him. What does that imply? That you stand out from other men, and she feels unfulfilled. She becomes more attracted, and her emotions are immediately engaged in order to learn more. Being erratic is undoubtedly a game to you. Let's finally discuss the high-value man, Share 5. The man of high value, valuable man, similar to how vintage goods can command incredible prices, even when they are no longer in use. Value men don't have to be conventionally flawless to be really handsome. These antiques are prized for their perceived value rather than their practicality, much like a man is really gorgeous. So what if a woman thinks he's valuable? In other words, what does it mean to be a high-value man? A woman views a man as high value when she views him as more significant than she does. As long as you keep this advantage, you'll be considered a high-value man. Here are some important tips to help you develop this impression. How to develop this viewpoint. Remember that a high-value man doesn't aim to win women over merely for the purpose of doing so. He doesn't look to women for attention or praise, and he doesn't put a woman on a pedestal simply because she's beautiful, but he prioritizes his life and never accepts anything less than the best. His desires, he's prepared to go if his values are violated. Makes women work for his attention instead than giving it away readily, because he has other possibilities and isn't in a rush to be married. He welcomes a lady into his most intimate world rather than adjusting to hers. Crucially, a high-value man never pursues women by exhibiting these characteristics. Women will be drawn to you since you are naturally regarded as valuable. All of this will be covered in greater detail later in this series, but for now, these are only the fundamentals. If you would like me to carry on with this series, please let me know if you haven't seen the first video yet, leave a comment and let me know what problems you're having so I can fix them. Make sure to check it out, and remember to like and subscribe. Your support is greatly appreciated. Are you having trouble attracting girls? There is a lot of science behind it. Don't worry, I'm here to support you using the power of psychology and science to change you into Regina George's male counterpart in Lesson 1 on the scarcity principle, the principle of scarcity. In his well-known book, psychologist Dr. Robert Tellini clarified that opportunities. This idea is frequently applied in marketing and explains why billionaires appear more valuable when they are constrained. May decide to drive a slow, unique car rather than a mass-produced, incredibly quick one. Additionally, why does the saying, "nice guys finish last," ring true? It's true that nice guys make themselves, not that girls don't like them. Too accessible, but jerks don't seem to care about this restricted availability. Enhances the jerk's perceived value, but the secret they keep from you is that you don't need to be a jerk to produce. In actuality, a kind person who understands how to make himself scarce is much more appealing. But how do you manage this? Picture yourself at a party spotting a... It may feel hopeless when the female you admire is surrounded by guys fighting for her attention. However, now is your moment to shine, so come on over and say hello as you stroll by, then continue on your way to speak with a friend. Bonus points if that friend is. In contrast to the boys, you're essentially placing a restricted addition sign on yourself. By doing this, another girl. Holding on to her has given you a unique opportunity that must be taken advantage of before it's the theory of gain-loss. The gain-loss theory, which builds on the second lesson, the gain-loss theory of attraction, provides more understanding of the concept of scarcity. In a brilliant study, college students were asked why decent guys might appear to finish last. Arranged in one-on-one sessions, and following each session, the students inadvertently heard the experimenters' assessments of them, which were either entirely favorable or everything was initially unfavorable, but eventually became positive or positive, but turning negative when subsequently questioned about their level of liking for the experimenter. Unsurprisingly, students preferred the experimenter most when all of the feedback was positive, but they also enjoyed the experimenter even more when the first comments were unfavorable, but eventually became favorable, demonstrating that, after a difficult beginning, winning someone over is much more fulfilling than just being liked right away. But you must be careful when employing this tactic with a girl, attempting to gently suggest that it's difficult for her to make a negative impression without coming across as a jerk. When you make a decision, it's important to carefully consider your tone and body language. If it's not immediately apparent that she has won you over, make sure to express it plainly. She might think you're not interested after you've warmed up to her, which could backfire and push her away. Closeness. In Lesson 1, we talked about the 3 proximity lessons. Significance of paying little attention, however, it's important to comprehend. Since proximity is not a factor in scarcity, according to an MIT study on relationship building, in order to build strong relationships, proximity was crucial. The closer someone, the more likely someone was to be described as a close buddy for someone who lived in a dorm. For example, there was a 41% likelihood that people who lived just one dorm away would be close friends. There was only a 10% chance that you would get the takeout you needed while those 4 dorms were away. To be in close proximity to the girl you're interested in, but closeness isn't only. When it comes to location and frequency, you have a better chance of finding someone you spend 10 minutes each day instead of an hour once a week with someone. If you don't have proximity, you'll need to carefully consider creating it. Altering your plan to get to class so you can pass her, joining a club she belongs to, or discovering. There are other methods to constantly cross paths, but be tactful There's a thin line. Don't cross the line between being close and coming across as spooky, so let's suppose you've built a strong rapport and demonstrated that she's interested in you. How do you maintain her favorable opinion of you? Ben Franklin, Lesson 4, The Effect of Ben Franklin Effect. By asking individuals, Benjamin Franklin was able to get their approval. For favors. Although you may believe that requesting favors will make people angry, however, a 1971 study conducted at the University of North Carolina revealed that people tend to like others more when they show them kindness. Study participants were instructed to either support or critique pupils who were actually actors as they completed chores, and the volunteers were questioned about how likable and appealing they students who received encouragement were judged as more beautiful than those who did not, according to the findings, who received criticism. The takeaway from this is to give the girl you like the chance to be kind to you. Begin with tiny favors and request your time or something easy. By doing this, you're quietly urging her to feel better about you. For instance, you could drop your pencil close by and allow her to pick it up for you, or ask her for assistance with a basic task you're working on. These kinds of gestures can genuinely increase your attractiveness because they provide subtle chances for. In 1997, researchers Moran and colleagues examined the appearance factor in Connection Lesson 5. The aspect of appearance bloom carried out research that produced an interesting finding. They polled 117,076 images of people of the opposite sex are displayed to them by college students, who asked them to evaluate each one's attractiveness. Interestingly, the survey discovered that the most appealing traits were linked to factors other than heredity, including as things that you can control, such proper posture, noticeable grooming, and appropriate clothing. Keeping a healthy lifestyle, dressing with optimism, and waiting. I'll say it again. The most desirable characteristics are not just inherited. Regularly working out while standing tall and supporting your shoulders, keeping yourself clean, dressing appropriately, and grinning greatly improve your appeal, even if you're doing everything else correctly. She won't be interested if you don't take care of your appearance and present yourself in a bad way. Last lesson. Chemistry and luck. Do you believe in attraction? Frequently boils down to a genetic factor that is out of your control. Compatibility, which leads us to the field of neurobiology, where two important elements are a part in establishing enduring appeal and has the ability to surpass nearly. The first element is your sense of smell, which your nose picks up on. Genetic information is carried by pheromones, which can cause behavioral or physiological reactions if additionally women's nostrils detect MHC molecules, which our immune system functioning study indicates that women are frequently more drawn to males with different MHC molecules than they do because of this hereditary. Unfortunately, diversity benefits possible offspring. Because men are less adept at detecting MHC, you may experience a strong bond, but if your MHC molecules and hers are too similar, she may not have the same sentiments. The second, and possibly most important factor, is this first kiss involves a complicated interchange of chemical and physical cues. The taste of your tongue and the scent of your breath are also quite important. That many women say they no longer find a first kiss attractive, but when a kiss goes well, norepinephrine is released, which activates the fight or flight response. Your pulse beats faster, your pupils widen, and your energy levels spike during the flight response. If everything works out, you've established a meaningful connection. Learn the tricks of reflecting. We're going to go into 11 female body language presently. Body language indicators supported by science that frequently show a woman's increasing interest in you, plus will show the signal. One copying your moves is the most obvious indication that she is not interested in you, so don't spend your time. Imagine yourself at a cafe, sitting opposite from her, and you lightly run your hand over through your hair. Then she does the same a few seconds later. This subtle mirroring is among the most obvious indications of interest. Mirroring is when someone mimics your body language without realizing it, showing comfort, making an effort to establish rapport, which is why this is important. Since from a psychological perspective, it's nearly always an involuntary action. When she copies your behavior, it stems from our innate desire for reciprocity and connection. She uses her body language as a subconscious means of expressing her comfort level and interest in strengthening the bond. This behavior appeals to a basic human need to establish common experiences, establishing the foundation for a closer relationship. In essence, mirroring is a strong sign of trust and goes beyond simple imitation. When a woman plays with her, it's another telltale indicator of attention and empathy. This seemingly inconspicuous gesture can convey a great deal about her emotions when she twirls or strokes her hair, which frequently results from a combination of this conduct is connected to her psychological need to improve her beauty. To self-awareness in the company of someone she finds fascinating, imagine exchanging a good conversation or a chuckle. She begins to play with a strand of her hair during a discussion. This is more than simply a harmless habit. It's a subconscious one. Attempt to get your attention by emphasizing her femininity from a psychological standpoint while teasing. It is possible to view hair as a way to groom oneself, a natural tendency to put on more appealing to someone they're considering. It's a subtle but strong indication that she is interested in the conversation and wishes to make a good impression. When a lady is interested to someone, she plays with her hair, giving out impression signal 10. Having fun with hair might grow more self-conscious about the way she looks by concentrating on her hair as a subliminal strategy to increase her attractiveness. Such is when you compliment her and she begins to flee away. Putting fingers through her hair is more than just a light-hearted gesture. It's a "your words are acknowledged non-verbally," which gently enhances her beauty and urging you to observe and value her signal with a focused and clear gaze. Clear and intentional eye contact is a strong sign of a woman's. When she looks at you with clarity and intention, it shows more attention. This kind of eye contact conveys confidence, intensity, and a more serious attitude than a casual glance. If her eyes are constantly meeting yours, it's a sign of a sincere want to connect. It's a conscious attempt in a busy area or during a group discussion. Signal 8 open in order to connect with you and make you the center of her attention. A position of openness. Another subtle but revealing clue that a lady exhibits is an open stance. An open posture toward you indicates a readiness to establish a connection. She is actively inviting and not just present, as evidenced by her body language. Conversation, if she puts herself in your direct line of sight and stays there, open posture, which frequently indicates that she is intrigued and awaiting your decision. When a woman purposefully moves into your personal space, it's a move signal. Entering your personal space, which is a clear sign that you are interested in the invisible line that every one of us has that defines our comfort zone by going inside. She's displaying ease in this area and a desire for a closer relationship that surpasses just conversation. This gesture demonstrates that she is prepared to close the distance between you, showing sincere attention and a readiness to participate more fully. Picture yourself at a party and she begins. The important thing to see is her approaching you from the other side of the room. When she stops, she has entered your space if she places herself within 4 T's of you. This motion isn't arbitrary. It shows that she's considering approaching in her personal space. You probably intended to have a chat, but now think about the distance. She is approaching what is referred to be the intimate zone at this distance. Near is a clear indication that you've piqued her curiosity. This area becomes more private, indicating a change to a more private setting. A strong non-verbal indicator of attraction is when a connection intrudes on personal space. 6. Nostrils expanded, indicating comfort. Extend your nostrils. Nostril widening is a common yet informative indicator. However, it might not be the first. Something you would consider a flirty gesture can actually convey a feeling of ease, and in contrast to more intentional body language cues, openness is frequently a spontaneous, natural reaction. If you see her nostrils opening up, while when she is around you, it shows that she is comfortable and calm, which indicates a level of ease in your company. Signal 5. Concentrating on her lips. Another obvious clue is when a woman highlights her lips after. If she emphasizes her lips, either by lightly stroking them or by chatting for a long time, by putting on lipstick, it's an indication that she wants you to pay attention to them. Her lips are a flirty tactic that goes beyond mere non-verbal communication. If you see her, she is expressing curiosity and drawing your attention by emphasizing this intriguing part of her body. Keeping your eyes on her lips while you're speaking shows that she wants a closer relationship and may be sending a four-footed signal of love or physical attraction. Foot direction. Although signal number 4 may appear odd, it provides a very clear indication of the direction. Even when a woman is standing near you, smiling and looking at your feet. When her feet are in a fully engaged position, her actual level of, while body language and facial gestures might occasionally be deceptive, interest frequently gives a clearer. If her feet are pointing straight at you, it's a sign of unconscious intent. Clear indication that she is truly engaged and interested. But if her feet are turned away, even when she's actively engaging in the discussion, which could suggest that her thoughts are. Signal number 3 is a sideways gaze and dilated pupils elsewhere. Entails dilated pupils and a quick glance, which many individuals overlook. Cues, but they are also strong markers of attraction-induced pupil dilation, which leads to, if her pupils dilate, this response from the autonomic nervous system may indicate arousal or emotional interest. When you're interacting, it's clear that she's interested in you. Another subtle yet significant gesture is a sideways glance. If she gives you a taking a sidelong glance is a discreet method of recognizing or assessing the contact. This quick look indicates that she's giving you extra attention, which frequently indicates flirting, or the second interest signal reveals the neck. Neck exposure. The gesture of a lady exposing her neck is one obvious indication of attraction. Shows vulnerability and trust because the neck is a delicate and exposed place. She exhibits comfort and openness by cocking her head or putting her hair back to reveal her neck. This behavior is similar to the instincts of animals in the animal realm, shows that she feels safe and confident around you, which shows that she is interested in you. Making deliberate physical touch signal. One deliberate physical touch is the most revealing indication of intentional physical contact, such as brushing her hand against yours, is a sign of developing interest. If she's feeling cold, she could put her leg on yours or even embrace your arm. Intentional breaks in physical touch show that she is at ease and emotionally open with you. Breaks down barriers and denotes a more profound degree of attraction and connection when she leans in to give you a loving embrace or puts her hand on yours and brushes against you. Each of these gestures on your shoulder conveys a lot and is not merely informal, acts that demonstrate a degree of closeness that surpasses simple friendship and demonstrate her feelings. An indication of disinterest was passed when she felt at ease sharing her physical space with you. A sign of indifference. Conversely, one obvious indication that she is uninterested is when her crossing her arms in front of you is a powerful non-verbal cue. Crossed arms can be seen as a sign of discomfort or disinterest. With what you're saying, and in certain situations, it could indicate that she feels compelled to shield herself from discomfort. In the best-case situation, crossed arms could simply indicate that she is cold. However, it's important to remember that this isn't good news either. If you see her crossing her arms, it might be an indication, believe it's time to reconsider the circumstances and possibly go forward. So there you possess 11 potent body language cues that show she likes you. And if this video was useful to you, here is one important indication that she doesn't. While you're here, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up for more insights. Thank you for viewing, and please check out these other educational videos.